Sometimes in life, you just need a second chance. You just need somebody to believe in you. Everyone messes up, but everyone deserves a second chance. Sometimes you deserve a second chance, a third chance, and a fourth chance. These are the players that I'm telling you that it's okay to trust. Let's go. So first up, Kyle Pitts. Yes, I know. He's hurt you. He's hurt me. He's hurt pretty much everyone. He's been as unreliable as you could be as a fantasy tight end. What hurts is his high draft capital. The amount of weapons that they've pretty much not had in this Falcons offense. I mean, I understand last year they got Bijan and they started to look like a better offense, but for the most part, it's really been Kyle Pitts for his entire career as the main number one option. He just hasn't produced for whatever reason, and for a lot of people, he's off your board. I'm here to say we should give him one last chance, like that Biggie song. One last chance. Let's go through all the bullet points. For one, the coaching staff. This coaching staff will make better choices with the player personnel. Kyle Pitts is in for a bigger role. He plays a lot of snaps. He's on the field all the time. He leads the tight end in snap percentages for the team. How could he have a bigger role? Well, last year, for some odd reason, Jonnu Smith acquired 70 targets. In my mind, that's about 65 targets more than he should have got. So he's gone. The coaching staff is revamped, and I think they want to put the ball in the hands of their weapons. Kyle Pitts, Drake London, Bijan Robinson. Kirk Cousins is able to do that. He's a much better thrower of the football. As far as athleticism, that's kissed him goodbye a long time ago, especially coming off the ACL. He's not going to be running the ball for 300-400 yards for the season. He's going to check it down, and he's going to get it out quick. Those are things we couldn't say about Taylor Heinicke and Desmond Ridder. Atlanta also picked up the fifth-year option for Kyle Pitts this year, which means they have a decision to make. Are they going to extend him and keep him as a long-term option in the future for the franchise, or are they going to just do away with him? This is the year they find out, which means they're going to give him every opportunity to prove them right. They drafted him as a top 5 pick. They don't want to be wrong about that. The offense will also be in a much better position. Atlanta ranked 30th in red zone scoring last year, which basically means they were last in the league. Not really sure how you can do that with guys like Bijan Robinson and Kyle Pitts, but they did it. That won't be the same this year. Everyone's going to be scared to draft Kyle Pitts, and you shouldn't be. Next on the list, let's talk about Cooper Kupp. Yes, I understand he's been hurt the last few years, but he's not that far removed from his Super Bowl record-breaking season. Sean McVay is going to put him in positions to succeed. Matthew Stafford is healthy. Puka Nacua on the outside is a much better threat than Robert Woods and OBJ. Take eyes off of Cooper Kupp. The run game is stout. Kyren Williams is a force to be reckoned with coming out of the backfield. Now, I know what you're thinking. Cooper Kupp's old. It's no longer his team. It's Puka Nacua. Now, that may be for the foreseeable future, but these numbers might surprise you. Obviously, Cooper Kupp missed 4 games last year. Well, he missed 5 games. 4 games at the beginning of the season, and then the last game of the season. In those 10 games that Cooper Kupp played with Puka Nacua, Cooper Kupp had 95 targets. Puka Nacua had 102. Cooper Kupp had 59 catches. Puka Nacua had 62. Cooper Kupp is being drafted as the wide receiver 17. Puka is being drafted as the wide receiver 6. In my mind, those numbers aren't that different. This is a player that I would recommend buying the dip on. Now, am I saying Cooper Kupp is going to have a better season than Puka Nacua? Probably not. But the discount that you're going to get on Cooper Kupp is well worth it. So we went through a tight end. We went through a receiver. Let's talk about a quarterback. Let's talk about that bad man, Aaron Rodgers. Yes, I understand he's an old man. Yes, I understand he's an injury risk. That's all baked into his ADP. He's borderline undrafted this year, and I'm not really sure why. Even in one quarterback leagues, you still, for the most part, need a backup just in case your main guy goes down. Pick him up at the end of your draft. He's got arguably the best weapons he's ever had when it comes to pass catchers, out of the backfield, receivers, and tight ends. The injury he had last year was a non-contact injury. It was literally 3 or 4 plays into the season that he got hurt for the year on a drop back. I don't see that happening again this year. He's going to get the ball out quick, check the ball down to Breece Hall, get the ball out fast, and stay out of harm's way. He's been that way his entire career. Not only is this the best offense he's had, probably in his career, this is arguably the best defense he's ever had in his career. He's not often going to be put in bad positions where he's forced to make plays happen, which could cause mistakes and lead to turnovers. I think if you focus on position players and you punt the position at quarterback, I don't think Aaron Rodgers is a bad option to buy at the end of your draft. And last but not least, let's talk about a running back. Let's talk about J.K. Dobbins. J.K. Dobbins signed with the Chargers recently. So You got Greg Roman. You got Gus Bus. You got J.K. Dobbins. You have lackluster receiving options. Nope, I'm not talking about the Ravens. I'm talking about the Chargers. Jim Harbaugh wants to run the ball. We see what he did in Michigan. We see what he did at his entire career. Drafted a lineman, top 5 pick. You get rid of Mike Williams, Keenan Allen, Austin Eckler. You have a top 10 quarterback in this league, and you draft an offensive lineman. He wants to run the ball. Yes, I understand J.K. Dobbins' injury history, but again, that's baked into his ADP. If I had to guess who's the better fantasy option this year for the Chargers, Gus Bus, J.K. Dobbins, give me J.K. And no, I'm not just kidding. There's really not a lot of weapons on the outside, so they do need to focus on running the ball. So he will face a lot of stacked boxes, but I do think that this offensive line is going to be a force to be reckoned with. With that being said, those are some of the players that I believe should be trustworthy in your fantasy lineups. Thanks for tuning in to today's video. Remember, subscribe to see more content from me and everyone here at Just in Time Media.